My name is Martin Vargas, and I am a curator and workshop facilitator at the University of Michigan's Prison Creative Arts Project, PCAP. And I have been a part of that organization for at least 27 years, I would say. 23 of the 45 years that I was incarcerated, I exhibited my artwork with PCAP. And when I came home, they offered me a curatorial position as well as working on workshop facilitating through the COVID period, where we did workshops. I am originally from San Antonio, Texas, and I am living in Grand Ledge, Michigan with my wife, Barbara. This fabulous place is my studio for 25 days, and I would like to give you a tour of it. If you look down here, my kind of safe spot, all I do here is I use a lot of this plastic wrap to cut some pieces so that I can drape over my clay forms so that they don't dry out too quickly. And this area is what I have been using to sketch some of the pieces that I am working into clay forms. These pieces I call pudgies, and pudgies have been a signature style of work that I have been doing since late 1990s. And they are my preferred characters of choice to create art with for the longest time. And now I have been given the privilege and the honor of creating three-dimensional pudgy forms that used to be paintings that I did a while back. They were two-dimensional paintings, and now they're three-dimensional characters that I hope to one day create. These are just maquette, but one day I hope to increase their size tremendously so that they can be used as pieces of art that engage with the public. And these are just samples of some of the work that I can do. I've never worked on three-dimensional characters before. This is my first time ever. And in fact, this little guy over here is my first ever three-dimensional clay structure. And he is actually going to be, when it's finished, he is going to be the king in a chess set that I am developing out of these pudgy characters. I have to include this wonderful area that is my place of solace. I come out here and rest and read some of the books and stuff that I brought with me about clay. And I don't believe it, but one of my favorite friends has decided to join us. This beautiful praying mantis up here. This is amazing. This is a wonderful, wonderful day, and I am just so pleased to have her here with us. This is so cool. This is why I love this prairie. Are you kidding me? I have never, ever, ever experienced working in a place like this, and it's just tremendous. It's just tremendous. Ragdale is something awesome, I have to say. Okay, so my time here at Ragdale has been spent, the first few days were trying to figure out where I was. I was just lost. I have a beautiful room upstairs in the barn house, and then they told me that this was my studio, and I couldn't believe it. This is amazing. This studio is so big and so free, and so, the spirit of it, of creating art in here is just tremendous. And to work in this wonderful environment of the prairie, to hear the birds, the animals, the wind blowing through the trees and the grasses, it's just awesome. It's so inspiring to be creating something in here and just hear the environment, period. And to see rabbits, squirrels, deer, snakes, whatever, owls, red-tailed hawks flying around and near me is just so peaceful to know that the only beings that are around me while I'm creating art is nature, and it's just awesome. This studio is tremendous. I have created things that I could not possibly know how to create because I didn't know anything about three-dimensional art. I did not know how to work with clay, and now I do know. I've read about it, I've experienced it, I've practiced it, and it is just an amazing experience to be at this place. My fellow residents that I engage with at 6 o'clock every day in the evening, we sit around a dinner table and we talk about whatever. We introduce ourselves. We talk to each other about our work, our crafts. We tease each other. We just engage in a very, very positive artist community. I have spoken with writers about their work, with musicians, with people who are just so creative and so experienced, and I have gained a lot of trust from them, and hopefully it's been reciprocated. I have learned so much about them, and I know for a fact that we have become friends, and we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and we've kept in touch, and I'm sure we will keep in touch, hopefully for the rest of our lives. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. The David Waud Fellowship that enabled me to come here and have this wonderful opportunity is a fellowship this is the inaugural year. I am the first formerly incarcerated artist to receive this fellowship. And at first I just couldn't believe things like that don't happen to me. As a formerly incarcerated artist, I didn't expect anything like this. It is a magnificent place to learn about me, myself, to think about priorities, to actually rekindle a flame that I thought that had been extinguished. I have produced art. That is all I do here. I don't have any household responsibilities. I don't have home ownership responsibilities. The only responsibility is to me and my art. And without that, I could not have rekindled that passion in art that I have. I have things in my mind that I have created that I haven't even sketched out yet. This formerly incarcerated prisoner artist fellowship has changed my life, literally. It really has. I can produce things that I never had before. To be given the freedom, actually freedom. I'll say that again one more time, because freedom is so many things. When I was in prison, I dreamed of freedom, but I could never dream of freedom such as the one that this institution here has given me. This foundation, Ragdale, has given me a sense of freedom that I could never even dream of before. The freedom to create art whenever I want. 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, get up and produce art. I mean, to walk the prairie and just look around and be inspired by some of the things that I see out here. To be motivated by my fellow residents. It's just an amazing thing. There are people inside prison right now who could benefit from this so much because they are in a state of calm. And this place gets you even calmer than you could ever imagine. You could produce art here that is just unbelievable. And if this place does not help you grow, wherever you are, whatever prison you are in, whether it's a prison of the state of mind, a physiological prison, or a prison behind bars and steel, this place generates a freedom that you will never ever understand unless you experience it. In conclusion, I guess I would have to say thank you to my wife, of course, Barbara, who has been so amazing with this whole opportunity for me. Guillermo Delgado, who gave my name to this wonderful place here to consider as a recipient of David Waud's fellowship. To, of course, David Waud. How can I thank the man that made it possible for me, an ex-convict, to come here and create art that I never thought possible? The man is amazing. I mean, there's PCAP, of course, the Prison Creative Arts Project, who helped me along the way, who gave me the opportunity to sell my art when I was inside. And at the same time, when I came home 4 years ago, I have to say, you know, the Ragdale Foundation has just been wonderful every single way. Linda, of course, is a fabulous chef, and I'm going to miss her cooking, but, you know, I'm glad to be going back home pretty soon.